Now in this video we're going to learn how to validate user login form. We have created this form, therefore we're going to learn how to validate it. That is the user to input valid information. And now let us proceed. We have this one which is appearing here is this one here. We are going to validate it on the client side and on the server side. The client side will use the will use the JavaScript, and on the server side or back side we'll use PHP. And also we'll include some HTML elements in this form, those which will be used just for validation also. For example, here in our form, the form is here in the index.php, and this one here is a header of this form this form. In our form here and in the input we add the text length. Maximum length will be how much. Maximum length here in the first input, that is the username, and the second one is a password. Now here we put the maximum length to be 10, and on the part of password now maximum length to be 15 characters. Now this one here will be in effect now. It is ending on 910. Therefore here, even here, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 15. Yeah, it is ending there. Therefore that is one also of the form validation feature from HTML. Now another feature from HTML is the required element. Now also this one I will copy it and also put in the part of password. Now also there we put the required. We put it here down so that we can see it. Now there is required. This one here will help us, for example, if a user didn't put anything in the form and they clicks submit, then the page will say that please fill out this field. Please fill out this field. Maybe if I put this one here, then please also the second one also will say please fill out this field. Therefore this one here will show that this one is required. The next part is for JavaScript now, that is the client side. We're going to write it in a separate sheet and just link it. We create here a folder and name it JavaScript, and inside it now we just create the, you can say text or anything. Now even from here, Control N, that is open new. Then from there let us write a comment, a function for log in client side validation. Now we save it. We save it in JavaScript now. JavaScript, and we write it JavaScript.js, that is JavaScript, and this one here will be all types. Let us now write some functions here. The function check password. Inside here I'll pass the password. Then the variable is the password. We want to put some validation features. We require the user to put in the password to put some digits or integers, the numbers now, the digits, and with the lowercase letters and the uppercase letters, and the maximum length must be the minimum is 6 characters and the maximum is 15 characters. Therefore we put it in. Now I put that one there, and inside it, what are we looking now? we are looking for digits, \d, looking for digits, and also we'll be looking for anything for letters from A to Z, and this one here is for lowercase letters, but also we can copy this one here for uppercase letters there, then put the uppercase letter A to uppercase letter Z. And the next is the length. Now put it the W there to watch the length. The length must be in curly brackets there, from 6 to 15 characters. It's the password, and you put a $sign there and close. That is to mark the end of our checking. And what is the we return now? Return password flags. This one here. Return password flags. Dot text what? Close there and close it. Therefore, the function is over. Now we'll have also the function for this is the password. Now we have also the function for username. Let me paste there and just change this one here. I'll call it check username, and here we put student ID. Use it there, maybe in the form. The form is written. Okay, input here. Now we put the name of the form. Name is student ID. This one here, student ID, and here name is password. Name is password. Yeah. Even here down here, the submit name. Then we'll just call it my button, and value here. Value, that is the one which we can be shown here, is the login. Yeah. Not submit, it is login. Yeah, login. The next one is now, because we are using now the JavaScript. Now here we add something here. We say on submit return. Now return check form. Which form? This one here, this form. Terminate there. Now in the JavaScript, now what we do is right now here I have said student ID, and here is student ID. Now what we are checking here is the username. Here we let username Lex, and just copy and paste it there. And the username now, it will include only numbers. That is the admission number, only numbers. Here we are for numbers only. Just omit these ones here. We just omit those ones there. And the length now should start from 4 to 10. Now the function to put these functions into action, now we write it. The function check form we have written here in the index. This one here, check form. Function check form. What we check is the form now. Now there we say if form dot student ID dot value. This one here is empty. If it's empty, now what can we do? If it is empty, we do the following. It should alert. Yeah, it should alert the following, that is print the following error. Now this one has to be username cannot be blank. Username cannot be blank. Username cannot be blank. And the below one is, we say form dot student ID dot focus. This function and return false. That is it should look for the student ID if it is empty. And now let us link this one here to our header here. Our header here is developed script, and close the script now. Now inside this one here, what we like is that the type is text or JavaScript. The second element in this one here is the source. The source of this one here is, now the source of this one here, we have it in this folder. Therefore we have the first name of the folder is this one here. Therefore what we do first is delete the localhost / this one here, new file students information system new / scripts.js. Now we like also for the password, say if here will be password, there is password, therefore here say password cannot be blank. The next is now if it is not a blank, if the user puts some value, then let us check the values here in the form. Now if form student, this one here, if form student dot value, if it is not empty, now that one is the symbol for not empty. If it is not empty, there what we do is check now using the form we created there above this one here. Check username. Now we check the username. Check then this one here. It must not be if it is not empty. Now what we do is inside here, if it is not empty, that one, then the form, check the form on the form dot student ID student ID dot value. We check the value which the user submits. Now that value must be numbers, as you have seen here in this function here above. That value must be only digits 4 to 10. And here what we do is to write now the array. If it is not in that manner, we write the array which says which says error, the username which you have entered is not valid, and you can tell that it's not valid. Therefore tell him that the registration number is your username. Registration number is your username. And for the pass of and here we'll return what? If it is so, then return false. When it fails, then return false. And for the password also, we use this one here. But we write password there instead of student ID. Then we write the word password, and you copy it there. I say enter capital letters, lowercase letters and the numbers only. Before closing this one here, also we have an if also here, another checking for password. We say if form dot password, if form dot password dot value, if the value of this one here equals the form dot student ID dot value. Now if they are equal, if the password and the username are the same, if the user enters to be the same, then we print an alert there. The password must be different from username. Even here before that, here is form that user that student ID. Now there I put an else. Now if no error there above, I will see alert. Now if there is an error, if there is another error in the part of password and it is not listed there, then it can show up here. And now if no error, you can print the following here. The message here is say you entered, and this one here, let us mention the username by putting a plus sign there, plus form dot student ID dot value. That is to print the value which is indicated in the form. And you can also disable the double clicking of the button, of the submit button. You say that the form dot my button dot disabled is also true. This one here, as I have said, is used to disable double clicking. Now here below we say return true. Close there. Then was on the part of the client side. Now let us validate on the part of the server side. And as I have said, this one here, the JavaScript must be enabled in the browser. Now on the part of the server side, what we do is first to put session there, PHP, open the PHP, then close the PHP. Here we start the session start there above. Before anything, we start the session with PHP. If this one here, now if this one here is submitted, our button, if it is clicked now, what we do is here in the index page we receive now if it's set what? If it is set the last sign, if the user posts now, post, if I set post there, inside this one here. Now if it is set, that means that if the user clicks my button, the one we have in the form here below, my button, this one here. Now if the user clicks this one here, my button, then what we do is to connect the database, this one's here, to fill all fields. Now how do we require the user to fill all the fields? We write the following. We say if is inside the if, because we have two variables, the username and the password. Now if we post, if the user posts the student ID and it is not empty, and also post the password, this is password, and also the password is not empty. Now what we do inside here is we check if they are valid characters. Check validity. Now to check the validity, now we use a function called plug match. Open the curly brackets and close. We use a function called plug match. Here we check for the username. Now we say this is a PHP function, plug match. This here is P. Yes, plug match. Now inside this one here, for the first one is the username. We say that this one here must include only digits, as I have said. We say only digits from 0 to 9, and they must be 4 to 10, and there we put a $sign to finish up that one there, $sign and close. Now we check what that one there, we check it with student ID, but it will be in a function known as string slashes. Yes, this one here, to remove any slashes, so that we have only the required information. And this one, triple slashes removes the back slashes added by the add slashes function, which we have seen in area when connecting the scripts to the database. And here now we also use a trim function. Now this trim function removes the white space and the other predefined characters from both sides of a string. Therefore here we have the first one is that one there. Now we put an end, because this one is only for student ID, but also we have the one for password. What I can do, I just copy this one here so that we can edit it. Now I put the end there, and this one here is password. Here we'll have digits. The digits can be written as this one there, a dot, as I have seen the JavaScript. We have the star, that to match anything. Here we have an equal sign, backslash, which is digits, and also to match anything, which is therefore a question mark and an equal sign and the dot and the star, to match anything which is A to Z small letters, and also A to Z capital letters, here, and backslash. Now the length, now we put a W there. The length of this one here must be 6 up to 15. The lower one 6, the higher one 16. That one is for the password. Now if that one here is successful, copy the student ID to a variable known as username, and now when you copy, we use functions which we looked last time. It's called protection, this function here. Therefore we put there the word protection to call the effect of this one here. This is the string to pass it through my real escape string, and strip tags and the slash, the early slashes. This one here you can pass through the previous videos for its elaborations. Therefore, even the password also will be stored in the variable called password. This one here, password to be stored in the variable called password. Now, if this one here is not placed, we'll write something there, else we put into a variable form not submitted. Now this one here, we put this variables, we put this one, please log in. Now this one here, we'll print it in this part, just above the form begins here. Now before that one there, here we open the PHP and we close the PHP there. Now the echo data variable there, and we close that one there, save. Now update the comma, line number 11. Now let us have a short break and we'll continue.
People make decisions every day. For example, before you go outside, you kind of have an if statement that says, if it's raining, then I need to get my jacket. And computers are amazing once you decide those kinds of statements, that they can reliably execute those things at unbelievable speed. And so a computer program really is a little bit of math and some if statements where the decision gets made. So in this puzzle, the if block helps the zombie make a decision. It checks something. For example, let's use the block that says, if there's a path to the left, and put a turn left command inside it. So we're telling the zombie to check its surroundings, see if there's that path on the left, and if so, make that turn. And then we use the move forward block inside this repeat to get it to keep moving forward as long as it just wants to go straight. Then when there's the turn, the if block will tell it to make this turn to the left. And you can see if we do that, if we're taking the turns to the left and otherwise moving forward, we'll achieve our goal. So it's an example of using an if statement, which is really a fundamental concept in computer programming. One of the first things I learned was how to write a program to play tic-tac-toe. And so I had if statements to say, okay, if the other person is about to win, go ahead and block that spot. So have fun learning how to use if statements. It's a key concept.
Now, after the break, we continue. Here we test now. For example, maybe we'll test 7 as username and maybe 354 as password. Now it says invalid format of username or password, and we have written something here in the else part that if it fails, then after 4 seconds it will refresh the page, but to index page. Now when you use a refresh to another page, for example, it will take you to that page when the login fails. But to our case, I have written that it to remain in the same page. Now let us proceed. Here we have stored the variables, the student ID in the variable username and the password in the variable password. It is failing because for username, the username must contain at least 4 digits from 0 to 9, at least 4 digits, and the password must contain numbers, small letters, capital letters, and that mix must have at least 6 characters. At least six characters. Now let's proceed here. For student table, we store to a variable known as SQL. We store this selection. Not there. Select. This is an SQL query. Select. It is in double quotes. Now select count what? We count all. Count all is represented by a star. Count all in the student table. Count all from student table. From student. The table student is in this one here. Localhost school. Yes. And the table student is that one there. Now in the table student we have only one member, which I have inserted. Now we select all from student, the table student, where student ID, student ID, this one here, where student ID is equal to. Here we are writing a variable, therefore a variable can be in this manner. Here we use a concatenate operator, that is dot is equal to username, where student ID is equal to this one here, the username, which I've written. Student ID is equal to username and password, equals to the number like a variable like this one here, but we write the password equals to, here we write it password, and also give another end there. Let me now add another line, and the user status, user status equal to active. Now user status equal to active. Now from there we have another line. This one here we have only created a variable, but this variable now we pass my SQL query function, that is my SQL query. This one here we have the variable inside it, is that this is the SQL, the one which we have written there. But also this one here also we store of another variable, the variable that is variable query, and this variable query will pass it into another MySQL function known as MySQL fetch array. This one here, yes, fetch array, and this also is a function. Now here we pass the variable query. Now we can store this one here, this result, into a variable known as result. After storing into that one there, now we check if one row will contain the new username and the password. If exists, then proceed to secure the if condition. For example, here, and I have changed this one here to active, this student to active. After completing this lesson, we'll put them to passive, so that we can continue with another part of our discussion, that will be activating the user. Now, because we are testing now this one here, we have written this one here active. Now here we say if result, this one here now, if result, this one is an array, therefore if we have seen the MySQL fetch array, If result, we put an array symbol there. If result is 0, the first one is indicated by 0 is equal to 1. That is the one with the same username which we have entered and the same password which we have entered. Now, if it is equal to 1, we do the following: else. Now, else we put it into error. This variable error. Your student account, and we put this one here in a paragraph. Yes, therefore we open there the paragraph, open the P, and font color now is equal to red there, and we close the font there, close font. And now after echoing that one there, we can echo the following: meta content. Now 4 seconds. Activate your account at PHP HTTP. Now this one here, equivalent equal to refresh. Now that page we have not created yet. Now let us have this active that PHP account, so that we'll be able to redirect there. And this one here, copy, then paste, and let's something here. Activate account page. Now, for example, if the user now likes those numbers which are not here in the database, and the password is okay, your student account has been expired, then you are taken to activate account page. Now it is working. Let us continue. It is working here. Now let us have a try now there. Now we store the user ID in a session known as user. Therefore we write there $sign underscore session. Now this one is user. We store what? We store this one here. We store the student ID in that session, and I can comment there this one here. This is get session variable, and we query now the database to get student information. We store the query into get student MySQL query. Now we query what? This one is select student dot last name in the table, and student dot first name, and student dot middle name, and student dot. Now we're using the dots. The first one is the name of the table. The second one is the name of the field. Therefore here student dot, the last one is student dot form ID. Let me increase this one here. Here we have a comma. Let me increase the size. Student dot ID. They have student label. Student dot user label, comma. Now we got another table which is known as subject option. Subject underscore option. Now this is here that program underscore duration underscore in years. From all those ones here, from student from student table, and also from subject option. Those are the tables which we'll be using. Now here we use the where clause. Now where student student ID equals to this variable here. Copy that one variable equals username and student option ID. Student option ID equals to subject option ID. Now the ID which is found in that table here, student option, then to be the same as the option ID, it can be 1 or 2, 1 for science and 2 for arts. Now here, if that one is correct, now we run a while loop. Start a while loop. Now that while loop, you see the while we put what while while variables which are associated with this one is here. MySQL not affected, fetch associate, this one here, fetch associate, and this one here should take from this one here, the student get info, this student get info, and now inside this one here get what if it is related. Now we store the user label from this variable here, because it is taken as an array, therefore at the row, and we put those symbols there, and it will be inside, it will be user label, and also we store what? We store the last name, $L name, this one here. Okay, I may paste many of them here because we're just storing, and I will change their names: second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh. Yeah. Now here, this one here is L name, and here is L name. The last name, we have the first name, F name, and here is F name. Yeah. Then we have the middle name, and here is middle name. We have stored the first name, last name, middle name, and we store also the registration date, reg date, reg date. Let me copy this one here and paste there, reg date, and we form ID, this one here also the form ID, and after the form ID we have the program duration in years. Program duration in years. Now we are putting these ones here for the sake of testing the validity of the student. Now also we store the number of years in the variable, the number of years. We take today's date, today's date. We take only the year. Here today's date, it is indicated by the function time. Now we minus the date minus the date of registration now. Only those the years here, like date, this one here, the variable. Now here we want to take the number of years if they are out of for example, if the student is registered for 4 years, then if this one here gives us a 5, then the student is completed the student, therefore he or she cannot be able to log in the system, because here only indicated that this duration, this program name is only for 4 years. Is only for 4 years, and this one here is only for 4 years. Now, if the difference is more than 5, then the student cannot be able to log in the system. The system will refuse to accept him or her. Now we test there. We say if, then we'll do this one, else do the following also. Now if now there, if program duration in years, this one here, we test now. If program duration in years is less than or equal to number of years, less than or equal to number of years, that one there, then it will let you comment there. We say here if, that is allow the login, else prohibit the login. Here we say if user level, this one here, equals to 1. Now for 1, now we store the name of the students variables, that is user1. We store the names of this one here into user1. We have $sign, last name. We'll join it with they will put a comma, join it with first name. Also we join it with a space to the second name, it is $sign M name. Now we store the information of the students in this variable in as user1. We have the last name, that is surname, the first name, and the middle name. And now we create a session variable here, underscore session, which is username, which is equal to this variable here, user1. And now in case this one here fails, now in case it is successful, now we take it to a header location, now to a certain location. We'll name it this one here, name it location. Now this is class, representative class left.php. This one here, if, let a comment here, if condition, direct this one here to the page, to this page here, direct to that page there. Now I can just copy this one here and only change the number, which is 2. Now if this one here is the same as 2, if it is the same as 2, then it should take us to here, only change here to club leader. We have club underscore leaders .php. Even here we can change this one here to class leaders. The other one is the third one now. Now if user level is the same with the 3, the user level which I'm talking about is this one here, student. The user level here at the end, Therefore this one here is 3. When it is 3, we log in using this one there, and that is the password. And because we have not yet activated the user using the system, this one here, that's why the password is only showing the exact password. But upon activating, we'll hash this password to a long number, which is not easy to identify by any person. If it is a 3, then take us to students.php. This one here, copy and put the students.php. Now else, here we have an else here, down. Now if there is an error now, else we have, now take this else here. Now we remove that else, it's not required here. Now if fails, then now if there is no any result, then it should say there's one there inside it. Now if there is a result, now we test for only these 3, the first one, the second one, and the third one. Now let us try. This one here is this one here, and there is an error in line number 27 there. Yeah, this one here. Okay, save. Okay, refresh. Line 27. Student get info. Says the specified I want to be resource. 27 here. This is raw. Students get info. Okay, there is an error here. Students get level. Now refresh. What is problem? 27 now. 27. Student first name, the name, student ID, submit recommendation, yes. Okay, there's a space there where student ID is of the subject that option. Okay, let us try it again. Okay, now we are taken to a student page. Let me show you this one here. Then we have the student which is registered here is 1515, and the password is that one there. Now I can log in this one here, and now when we log in, we are taken to students page. That is the student which is active but user level 3. Here we have said that if the student is having user level equal to 3, then we must be taken to students.php. That is okay. Now let us proceed with the staff now. Now we use a staff table to verify user inputs, and we store a variable to staff info. What we store to the staff info is the select query. Now there we let select count. We count all. Count all is a star, as I said. Count all from staff table, where staff ID is the same as the username which we are using there, which we have stored there. Here, this one here, we're taking it as well as username, and password equals to password. Now we are selecting those one there, but also we store that one there into staff info in DB. Staff info in DB, that is in database, we use a MySQL query function, query for the staff info. This one here, query for my staff info, that is the one which is found there. If it is found, then staff results, and we use the function which we have used above there, MySQL fetch array here, and the fetch array now we use this variable here. Here we're checking for presence. Check only if you one row. If there is a one row, then let us do the following. Now we are taking for staff result, this one here. If there is this one, because it is an array. It is an array. Therefore, we are saying if we have if the first row is equal to 1, that is, if there is a result which shows us 1, then we store we set a session there. We store into session the information of the teacher now as user, and what we store is, because there in the form we have said that it is the student ID. Therefore, even here we say it is student ID. That is get session variable query staff database to get staff info. Here we query the staff table to get the staff info now by using this one here, get. Now get what we use in MySQL query. Here we select what. Now we take the information of the staff, that is select. The first thing is staff last name, comma, staff dot. Now this one here, the last name in the table, it is written staff T last name, and here T first name, teachers, not teachers, and staff dot T middle name, and also we have staff dot user status. In the table staff we have the part name, the user status. Staff user status is here, active or passive, and after user status we have staff dot user level. From there we have from staff the same table, where staff ID now equals to username, the one which I shown you there above, this one here, equals to username. And for that one there, let us create now a while loop. That's a while loop here. That's a while loop. I say while. Inside the while loop there, we create a variable which is MySQL fetch associate, and inside it we pass what? We pass this get here, $get. Now we use that on there so that we can store the user level with user level. And now let us copy there, because we're taking user level. The second one from that one there is the last name, name from T name. This one here from user status. Copy this one here, paste there from user status. That's all. Therefore, leave this one in the while loop here, end of while loop. Now we test now if the user is active. We say if this user status here, if $sign user status is equal to active. Now if it is equal to active, then we do the following comment here: if active user is staff member. Then inside it we test now for the levels. $sign user level if user level is equal to 1, then do the following. Now store the information $sign user 1. Store the information of this staff member is user 1. The first one is $sign name, but connected with the comma, connected with $sign first name, $sign this is $sign first name, also joined with $sign middle name. And this is the first variable. This will we store the name of the full name of staff member in variable user 1. And then we have the initial, that is known reflecting the initial, and we have an admin initial now session. Now we store the intersession. Instead intersession named username. The session named username, and this session will have this information here. This one equal to $sign user 1, and if it is correct, now we redirect it into this one here. Now this one here will be admin slash, that is the index page of the admin page, and here we redirect it into admin slash index. Now it is for if the user level is 1. The user level is 1. Now we'll go to the second user level of the campaign. If user level is 2 here, then we take the user to academic. This is academic, the PHP academic. And now if the user level is 3, the user level is 3, then take this one here to stars. This is stars.php. Now if this one here fails, that is if the staff is not active, that is if the staff is not active, then we take him or her to this direction here. Now say your staff account, your staff account has been expired. Now we take him or her to the activate account page, and it will take only 4 seconds. And this one here marks the end of the staff table. Now there you say else. Now if username or password is not valid on both tables, if username or password is not valid in both tables. Now do the following. I will write this one here, the error, and in the error now we write that either username, this one here should not show the user. If he or she only misses the password, then we must not show that he has missed the password or she has missed the password or the username. We use either username or password is incorrect or account not active. Therefore, there will turn him or her to the index page upon reflection to the index page. Now else we write that the invalid format of username or password, and also we have now outside this one here, outside this one here, outside that one there we write else, an else statement. If the user only submits the form which is empty, we say here, we say if not filled, of the following. Like this one here is the error, not filled. Now that this one here, say invalid, say all fields are required. Now if it is failed, it fails, then to return him or her to the index page. Now else please log in. Now let us preview the admin page. Now we put the admin username and the password. Now we are in the admin page. Now let us put the staff staff username. It is 92,920. That's the password is that on the staff's page. Maybe somebody puts this in there, then it's an invalid format of username or password, and it will return to this one here. Refresh. Now this one here will say either username or password is incorrect or account not active. That's how we use to validate a user login form. And for student, for example, here last testing, students page, in student page, and if it is this one here for admin, admin page for teachers, 92,920, staff's page. That's how we use PHP to verify, that's how we use PHP and database to verify users' information and to take him or her to his or her respective page. Here we have the user, students, teachers, and the admin. Now I welcome you to the next lesson so that we can be together. Thank you very much, and you're warmly welcome.